There we go. You guys hear me? Sorry about that. Woo! Yikes. Anybody see the title of this stream? Variant Scoob, thanks for the subs, guys. That means a lot to me. I'm here. I got baby spit up on my sweatshirt. I'm tired as fuck. But I've gone too long without streaming. So I apologize. Literally, I'm not sure for my bank account or just in general that my daughter could have come at a worse time. But that said, she's happy, she's healthy, she's doing great. So it reminds you what matters, and you know, you can always make the money back. I was just in a lot of positions that I didn't expect to get absolutely smoked. And they did. So, you know, by the time I could get out, damage was done. Mistakes were made. Kajeka, what's up? Yeah, so I want to talk about some things. Flashbang. Interesting times ahead. Yeah, so the title of the stream is the music too loud? Again, whenever I don't stream for a while, my shit gets all out of whack. So if something's off, let me know, because I don't want to have you guys like squinting to hear. You know what I'm saying? So just let me know. But you know, what I put on the descriptor for the stream is, I think crypto, the end of crypto as we know it. And if I didn't write the end of crypto, okay, I did not write the end of crypto because it's not the end of crypto. It's the end of crypto as we know it. Because there's no fucking way this thing is not about to evolve in a serious way. There's no way. There's no way. There's no way this is not about to evolve in a way that is unbelievable. Dan, what's up? It's about to get weird. It's about to get weird out here. It's probably not going to be fun. I mean, we're just starting to see it. Like, if you think about it, and we'll go to a low time frame just to start. Like, we had this like crazy rundown off all this news, and you get this bounce right to, you know, where you'd think, down again, up, down. I mean, it's going to be just whipsaw you with every single news release. It's going to be. I assure you, it will be. Yeah, smackdown of regulations are coming. You know, what's interesting is there's still going to be opportunities to make money. It's just going to be harder. It's going to be a lot harder, guys. It's going to be infinitely harder. And it's going to take a long time. Yeah, the new dawn for crypto. I mean, like the regulation wave rising. And like, I have a bunch of philosophical questions about that. Which we'll get into later, probably not today, because I want to be as productive as I can from a price perspective, because I feel like that's what you guys probably want to know most, and I've kind of focused this stream on TA, and then we'll talk more about everything else on the pod when we get around to recording it again. I've been the reason why we haven't recorded, because obviously I had a baby, or my wife did, but you know, the boys are... they run Path, which used to be called Stacked, and that's an Alameda portfolio company. So they're surprisingly well insulated. So wonderful for them that they are going to be fine, but it doesn't mean that they're not, you know, running around with their hair on fire right now. So let's talk for a second about what happens next, because it's very, I have this on the weekly chart, and the first thing first that I want you all to know, will there be mean regression bounces on the way down? Abso-fucking-lutely. Okay. Absolutely. There will. I promise you there will. There are going to be times where you're like, oh my God, the bottom's in, and you're going to feel this need to get long. And this circle is why you need to tell that need to shut the fuck up. You need to tell that need to shut the fuck up. There's nothing wrong with doing that. Because look, I think in a lot of ways, you know, maybe I'm naive, right? Like I got into crypto because I like the idea of it, right? Like I like the idea of what it could become. I like the idea of a an industry that is beyond the shit like what we're going through right now. That's what it should be. But the interesting part of it is that we got this fucking far, and as big as we did, and we built these protocols on chain, and we did the things that we needed to do to create the bedrock, the foundation for 100-year move of growth. And then we gave all our keys to some fat, fro-headed fuck in the Caribbean. And he did everything he said he wouldn't. He literally took the trust that we gave him and enriched himself and his friends. And I mean, really, like, the biggest beneficiary of this entire thing were like Democratic political candidates, because they got the most money out of this. And come to find out that his mother was an attorney for Hillary Clinton really drives me nuts. Like, it drives me fucking nuts. But SEC got some good finds. No doubt, dude. It's going to be insane. So Dan just said it best, or D-Base said it best. He said the human element is too large. That's right. And so when I say for this stream that crypto as we know it is dead, that's what I mean. That is what I mean. There is going to be such an unbelievable level of scrutiny on everything that comes next, from a regulatory standpoint, from an investor standpoint. Look at the names of people who have gotten absolutely smashed in this. Who've got absolutely smashed, guys. This does not end quickly. It does not end soon. And the reason why I've been very much doom posting, or at least doom chatting, is because, like, if the rumors are true that a large portion of Tom Brady's estate was tied up in this thing, dude, you're going to see Tom Brady sitting in front of a congressional hearing talking about what a piece of shit Sam is and what a huge fucking fraud crypto is. And, like, that takes time to heal. So crypto's dead as we know it. It's not going to exist in the current state. It's not going to be, you know, up only. You're not going to see crazy multiples that isn't on meme shit. And if it's meme shit, it's essentially you're playing a casino anyway, right? But that doesn't mean it's not going to evolve. And I think it will. But it's going to evolve slowly and over time. It's going to evolve in a way that completely cuts out the human element. And there is a way to do that, Dan, to your point a little bit ago. The human element is too strong, unfortunately. People didn't have to go to FTX. All this stuff could be built on chain. DYDX, GMX, those sorts of things right now are the best place you can be. I mean, Bybit and Binance have been great. Everything else is a risk, dude. Like, Bybit may not be fine. I don't know. Binance is fine, but if you're an American, it's very difficult to trade on Binance. It should be impossible. I don't trade on Binance, right? But, like, there's very few places you can go right now from a centralized exchange perspective. But my question for you is, why would you? GMX, DYDX are places where you can do these things. You can do the same things. Not quite as easily, maybe, is the right way to put it, but it's better. Gate.io, unironically. Yeah, so Tom, I saw you posting about that. Would you mind doing a little write-up on why? I know you said there was some, like, transparency function they built in when it comes to, like, their holdings. I'd be curious if you wouldn't mind expanding upon that. So let's get to a couple of things while Tom's writing that up. Yeah, Scoob, I agree, man. I could not agree more. I'm a Bybit guy. I have been. You know, Alan and those dudes know them well. They've been in contact since all this went down. They've assured us everything's fine. But at the same time, dude, you know, Sam said FTX US was fine, and then 24 hours later, fucking, 24 hours later, included them in bankruptcy. So who the fuck knows? So, Gate.io. Well, Binance proposed to make it standard for all exchange. So essentially, transparency in your reserves, which is, I mean, it should be. But here's the thing, guys. I don't trust it. I don't trust it at all. In fact, I think that as fast as you are human... Yeah, so the Merkle tree, that's right. Merkle tree proof of reserves. As fast as you are able to get off centralized exchanges, please do it. Maybe we have a stream on just how to use GMX or how to use DYDX. And like, but nothing is safe yet. And when you hear guys, I forget who it was that came out and was like, yo man, this shit's not done. It might have been CZ, it might have been Ben from Bybit, but like they very much believe that this shit isn't over. And so with that in mind, I want you to take a look at this. And there's two things I want you guys to know. I want you to internalize this. Well, three things. One's kind of a half thing. One, I'm not fucking leaving. I'm not leaving. I will never leave. I believe in this to my fucking core that it's what needs to happen. It's just going to take us a lot longer now. Yeah, Dan, we can do that. How about we do it in the Discord so it's less public, and I'll show you guys how to do it, because that opens me up to some issues. How was Bybit fine when they liquidated their entire user base? Lamau, that open interest was down bad the last time I checked it. Yeah, well, I mean, people are moving everything out. But we'll get back to that. So, three things. One, I'm not leaving. Two, this is going to take a long time. And kind of like 2.5 or 3. Guys, this is the only time frame you should make deployment decisions on now. This is the only time frame weekly you should make deployment decisions on. And that's not fun. And that's why I started off the stream with saying that like there will be like pops and you're going to like really want to buy them being like, oh fuck, the bottom's in. But I'm telling you right now, do you remember on Bitcoin? Because I'll go back and tell you, and this isn't about clout for me. I don't really give a shit. Like I really fucking don't. If you're here, you know that I know what I'm talking about. If you're new, well then that's fine. But like you hopefully by now have understood that I'm not a dipshit. Okay. And when it comes to trading, I'm a dipshit about a lot of things, but not trading. Okay. I was circling this and talking about it for months, for absolute months, that if this got hit, if 28 got hit, we were going straight to 20. And hey guys, look what happened. We broke 28, and in the span of 10 days, not even, we went all the way down to 20. And so you're seeing that going like, man, $8,000 off the top of Bitcoin, that shit's crazy. Well, yeah, guess what? Womp. All right. Let me put it back on the setting that it needs to be on. There's nothing below this level. All the way down to $750. There's nothing. And that's even a little generous right there. There is abso-fucking-lutely nothing until this profile edge. And if I'm honest, if things are still bad, I think it's just as likely 500, 400, 300 as times move on. So you have to look at things on a weekly or monthly basis. If you are trying to thread the bottom, if you are trying to thread the bottom on a 4-hour time frame, you're out of your fucking mind. I'm going to need to see a reversal pattern, the likes of which you've never seen on a high time frame for me to want to deploy. Hey JP, does bankruptcy produce forced selling? Yes, it does. Yes. Because what happens in bankruptcy is all assets are liquidated and then distributed to the harmed parties. If there's not some other sort of solution, but like, who's diving in front of this bullet right now? Who's diving in front of the, let me take on your $9.4 billion liabilities? Like, BlackRock could do it if they wanted to, but they're a $100 billion AUM firm. You gonna give up 10% for these asshats? Karcher, you know what? That's not a bad. Quite frankly, dude, it would be the master stroke of meta to do that. But I mean, dude, just finally got back in the good graces of people by laying off 15,000 people or whatever the fuck it was. So I don't think being like, hey, we laid you all off to buy this shit show that is crypto. I just don't see it happening. Now, I hope I'm wrong. I'll keep my mind open to it that maybe it is. But there are so many harmed parties now. This doesn't happen quickly. So, to be blunt, how the fuck did this get over here? There we go. Move this back. Yeah, my understanding is that KuCoin is definitely going down. If you have money on KuCoin, get it off. And I've heard a few others that have no shot. So that's why I posted in the Telegram today. If you have money on a centralized exchange, and you know, MacroAlgo said earlier, how was Bybit fine when they liquidated their entire user base? Lamau. I like to say that instead of laughing my ass off. I was down bad last I checked it. Yeah, perhaps. But move off there too. I don't care. Do what you need to do to get right, because when the shoe drops even further, it's going to be fucking crazy. And so I would say that Ethereum is definitely a 3-digit coin. We're at 1250 right now. And if you look at the slope of the 50, guys, look at the slope of the 50. We were just starting to turn this thing over, and you're going to see it down even further. Okay. This is going to be weeks, not days. It could be months, not weeks. And a lot of regulation along the way. Yeah, it's going to be the shadow realm. You know, whatever, man. It is what it is. Like, there's ways to make money. I just what I want you all to know is to protect yourself, for fuck's sake. Like, I got hammered this week because I had a baby, and it was really bad timing. And that sucks, because now I'm going to have to grind a lot harder than I otherwise would have. But, you know, that's how that goes, man. That's life. And so I think that in when we talk about this from an Ethereum perspective, I'll get to Bitcoin in a second. When we talk about this from an Ethereum perspective, the best possible outcome is $750. And I think that's really, really, really fucking hopeful. If I had like gun to my head, had to pick a spot, $300 to $500. Yeah, I'm pretty much back in equities too right now. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. And equities are their own scam, but they're a scam that is controllable. Like, you're not just going to have some dude steal all your money. 420.69 bottom. Yeah, I'm in for that. I'm fine with that. For real, I would be. That'd be amazing. And so, like, here's the other thing too. Like, you guys know I love my MACD indicator. A lot of you are using it. Like, it's just turning over right now. Look what happened the last few times it turned over. Last few times it turned over. Let me show you. When it turned over on the weekly, last time, we went down 72%. The time before that, %48. Okay, and it's just going to turn over and close down now. Yeah, Karcher, 100%. The 2008 financial crisis. Yeah, which a lot of you are too young for, but I lived through that shit, man. That stuff was not fun. It was not fun. So yeah, if you look here, we're going to have a close down. And last time that happened, where it was sustained move down, like you see it here, where it moved sideways for a couple weeks, went back up here. But like, if you start that sustained move down, there's a lot of room to the downside. And like, you know, I definitely see that being an absolute shot to the nuts. Like an absolute shot to the nuts. Where it's at best 750, more likely 500, 400, 300. So, suffice to say, the one thing that I want to get across right now is do not look at anything outside of a weekly time frame, because you'll even see fakes on the daily. And by the way, this was beautiful. I didn't even see it because, again, I was fucking having a baby, but speaking of which, my baby was born on that day, and it was the literal high. So down only since. That kind of sucks. Yeah, honey, when you were born, crypto died. But 1, 2, 3, 4. It really just shot right off the trend line. It shot right off the trend line. And like some jackass like commented on my post about that on Twitter, and was like, "Oh, it's weird, man. A trend line stopped the trend. That's one wonder it's called a trend line." Which is funny. I blocked him because fuck that guy. But yeah, but that's the point is, like, that happened in the midst of news events that people were freaking out about. Literally 1, 2, 3, 4. There's no fucking way we're breaking that trend. There's no way we're breaking that trend. None. Let's go to Bitcoin real quick, because this looks even worse. And by the way, anecdotally, let me delete this shit. All this stuff's fucking irrelevant now. Anecdotally, you know what the worst part about this is? The worst part about this now is that all of these fucking Bitcoin laser eye maxi fucks are just going to go crazy. I mean, you know they are. You know they are. We're going to hear about how Bitcoin still works, and, you know, if you just trusted the Bitcoin network, then it would all be good, you know? It's going to be insufferable for a while. And like, you know, I guess in some regard they're right, but you know, I don't know about that. And so here you go again, guys. This is a weekly chart. This is a weekly chart. I'm gonna get off the shit from a long time ago, but look at this. Look at this. You really want to step in and be the guy? You want to step in there and buy? There's nobody home to defend those positions. And some of you might be wondering, like, well, Jared, why does it matter? Because the reason why the reason why technical analysis works is that it's essentially playing off of human emotions. It's playing off human instinct and basic instinct. And essentially, you need to find ideas where people are... Yeah, bear market, no shit, dude. Where people are willing to step in with their money and defend a position that they have, okay? Where they're willing to step in and defend a position that they already have, okay? That is how you know you can get long. And like I've tried talking about this before, I don't need to belabor the point, but essentially in this area from really 18,000 down to 12,000, there's no one. There is no one. There is no one that is defending that fucking area. So there's no one home. There's a ton of people home at 12,000. There's a ton of people home at 12,000. And quite frankly, that might be the case for 750 holding or 500 holding or whatever it may be. I don't know. But like, there's no one home here, guys. If there's no one home, who's stepping in to defend it? Who is stepping in to defend it? No one. So yeah, it's gonna go down. This is like that scene from Taken where Liam Neeson is like, "You're about to be taken. I will find you." Like that. That's this, guys. That's fucking this. This shit is going down. It's not technically accurate. Probably follows that trend because really Bitcoin came out of this the finest. And you know, the thing that makes me the most angry, and like I was talking to Kaz about this and a few other people, and I think Algod or somebody else said it, but if this shit doesn't, look what's happening in the NQ. Look at this. We're having an engulfing week high. This is a double bottom with a fucking divergence, dude. The NASDAQ is about to rip to the 50, and we're going to shit ourselves the entire time. That's what makes me crazy about this, because if these idiots, by the way, Ren the Unknown said exactly when I was talking about TA. First time chatter, good to have you here. Sounds like you're a TA guy as well, which is wonderful to hear. But literally the NQ is about to have a crazy rip up to this line. I assure you. I promise you. I promise you. It will. It may not. It may reject and go right back down further. But this is a reversal. It's a weekly reversal, double bottom, MACD divergence. This is what would have sent crypto back to Ethereum back to 2,000 and back to 3,000, back to 3,500, whatever it is. And we're going to be stuck in the mud. There's no way to extricate it. There's no way to be like, oh, no, this is all fine. We're going to be tied up in congressional hearings and bullshit for months, for weeks. So yeah, we probably just follow this down to 12K, and then you get this. And this is why this is infuriating, guys, because it's going to become a lot harder, even for traders like me. Like, I love crypto because it's easy for me, because volatility is easy if you're not stupid to leave positions open when you go to have a baby. But you see this volatility here? It doesn't exist. It doesn't exist. It was just months of moving sideways without shit for volatility. Like, the only volatility you got when it's like, is crypto going to zero? You know, tune in to find out more. Like, we're going to get that sort of volatility once we get down here and settle in. It's just going to be, and then we're all going to want to kill ourselves. We're all going to want to kill ourselves. Because it's going to be brutal. And we're just going to settle in. You'll see some runs down in, but there are enough people. Oh, I definitely have the patience, and I don't need the money, but the problem is it becomes a lot harder to wait. And that's why I started this whole thing off by saying, guys, you have to look on weekly time frames now, because I assure you, there are still people who are going to play games, that are going to try to convince you the bottom is in. as they're loading up their shorts for the next leg down. So you need to think about this. You need to think about this and how this story ends. And it ends like the 08-09 financial crisis. And really, there's a lot of parallels between this run in crypto we've had and the dot-com bubble. I've been thinking about that. I want to read about it and kind of create like a parallel. Because really, like, all this shit looks similar. I think it was Kali posted the Amazon chart and the Bitcoin chart, and they're like virtually fucking identical. It's unbelievable. So like there's a lot of similarities between this and the dot-com bubble. So, you know, watch the ad for the stream anyhow, not kill ourselves. Oh, sorry, Zeleny. I didn't know there was an ad, dude. I tried to turn them off. They don't let you anymore. When I first was streaming, you could just be like, I don't want ads, and that's what I did. But, you know, they don't let you anymore because Twitch is Amazon. Amazon's greedy. So let's talk about alts real quick. Alts are going to get smashed. Alts are going to get absolutely fucking smashed. There will not be an alt that does not have a tremendous drawdown. And do not think for a moment that your alt is different. Like, if your alt is different, it's because you only go down 75%, not 90. And there's like a fallacy of like sunk money. Okay, so yeah, maybe Doge is the play. Like, but it would take something like that. But like, for as much shit as Elon's catching right now, do you think he's moving and like rushing to bring out that level of shenanigans, those level of shenanigans? Yeah, BNB is different, but even BNB is getting hit, dude. It's like literally there are 3 things that are worth. Yeah, right. He's gonna let him cool him down. There are 3 things that are worth like looking at long term, and it fucking pains me to say this. It's Bitcoin, it's Ethereum, and it's BNB, because CZ just showed that he has more money than God, and he can kill fucking FTX. And you want to talk about someone like someone getting absolutely smoked, absolutely rinsed. Imagine talking the shit that he did, and then Binance becomes insolvent. It's not going to happen, right? It's just not going to happen. So yeah, BNB is one worth tracking, dude. Do I think Juno survives the mess? Yeah, I do, because the nice thing about Juno is that there were no VCs. Okay. It's why I liked it to begin with, is that there was less of a human element, that there was a team that aligned their token release future over the 12 years. Okay. So they did the best job of kind of insulating themselves from this by not having a multi-coin cap or a jump or, you know, Alameda or anybody be a part of it. And I would like, I don't know who funded Osmo. I don't know who funded some of the other ones, but like, it's time for you to look into those, because there are so many liquidity shortfalls right now among those funds. Even if they're not liquid, they're going to have to get more liquid just to be healthy. And that's going to be every alt unlock's going to get smashed. It's going to get smashed for a while. ICB going to be looking sick once things shake out. Okay, good. And we should create that list. So I wanted to answer Jen's about Juno because it has some elements that make it good, but like they're not exempt from it. So Zeleny says, baffles me from my point of view. It was 2 tweets and exchange is gone. Yeah, essentially you're right. CZ said 2 things and we were all fucked. And that's crazy. But if you're not leaving, like I'm not leaving, then you spend this time looking for what does the best amidst the carnage. I'm not fucking leaving. I'm really not. 100% true. Yeah. So let me be clear, because I agree. You know, what's funny is the tweet that, or the message that I pinned. Fuck me again. Let me know if you guys are back off the ad. Are there people here? All right. Oh wait. Sorry guys, I don't know. Please do me a favor and don't ever click on one of those ads. No, you're in Spain. Okay, you're back. All right. So yes, B Hermans says, guys, CZ did not cause this. FTX was a scam. That's what caused this. 100%. And like to call myself out, what I said and what I pinned in the Telegram room was, what a dick move by CZ off of the first tweet. Okay, off of the first tweet was, what a dick move by CZ, because it caused a massive liquidity run. However, that's not who's to blame for this. It was either going to happen now or it was going to happen later, okay? Because you know what happens? There's a saying, and I don't know if you guys have heard this before, like, people who get caught stealing, you don't get caught on your first attempt unless you're super dumb. Same thing with like philanderers. Like if someone gets caught cheating on their spouse or significant other, probably wasn't the first time. Everyone always says, oh, it was the only time. No, it's not. It's not. So even if somehow CZ doesn't tweet that and we get the glorious bounce, which we were on the fucking precipice of getting if you look at the NQ, the NQ is going to go up 15% in the next 2 weeks, and it's going to drive me fucking crazy. It's literally going to go up into Black Friday. I promise you. And we're going to be over here fucking around. Okay? Let's say somehow they were able to like rectify things and get things back to where they were covered and like no one knew the wiser, which is a possibility, okay? That means they got away with it. You know what that means? They do it next time too. It's not like anybody has a come to Jesus moment after getting away with some super shady shit and they're like, you know, that was the one time. That never happens. Like in the history of time, that has never happened. I got away with it, but that was it. Until next time when you need it, and then you do it. So in some regards, you know, as much as it fucking pains me to say this, we should be thanking CZ because he's shown a light on the fucking scam that was FTX. And we should all be thanking him for that. Now, he accelerated it a lot faster than I would like, and I have a lot of friends, and I myself got caught with not a ton of money, but a little on FTX, and a ton of friends who have millions that are locked on FTX. Yeah, Carter says the hive doing stupid shit and getting off scot-free is unrivaled. Yeah, dude. Remember my tweet thread the other day that was like, you know, having an idea of a trade and executing it and like making a vast profit is intoxicating? Yeah. I mean, I've never really done it. I mean, like, you know, you lied on a test or, you know, whatever, got away with some bullshit, feels good. But like, yeah, how about just cheating and getting away with it? I've never done it on anything significant, but like, it's not like I didn't, you know, write a little bit too much on the cheat sheet on an exam in college. Like, I did that shit. It felt great. So yeah, they're not going to stop. So let's get into alts here real quick. One, I am absolutely fucking floored that this SR flip has held on Doge. Like, just absolutely floored. Look at this. It's like trying super hard to hold this level, which is impressive. FXS was on its way to doing great things. Absolutely rugged. Atom with impressive relative strength. Juno, all things considered, you know, holding the lows, whatever it is. Sol's going to zero, and it should. And the reason why it should is because there's just too many locked tokens that Sam and FTX Alameda have that are going to get dumped. I'll go to the DYDX in a second. And so, by the way, not great. This has been like the all-time exit, dude. The all-time exit. This might be my greatest streaming moment, is when I typed in not great on this fucking chart. Because it was, in fact, not great. And if you shorted there, you'd be up vast sums of money. Parabolic flip line, dude. Parabolic flip line goes down, you get the fuck out. I hope if you guys remember one thing ever from me in your life, it's that the parabolic flip line is amazing for a run when it happens. And when it breaks down, you got to get the fuck out. That is what you need to know. But yeah, so Solana's going to go to zero. And I don't think it should, because I think Anatoly and those dudes are building something great. I think that there's a lot to be said about what Solana is building. I think they should just roll the tokens over into like Sol 2 or like not Scam Lana or whatever it is. Because yeah, no, I don't, because I don't like to. But yeah, I mean, there you go. It'd be $3, but like I can see that on this too. You know, if I just go back, I can see that here. It's the same spot. They say to use log for higher time frames, and I don't ever really see a need to do it. I know people do it, but not I set the fly. But yeah, I don't see a way that that's not $3. Like it's going to go to $3. Let me go to my actual macro crypto. See what we got here. Mortgage rate 7%. That's always good for prices. No, fuck, that's not the one I wanted. I have too many. Relative strength. All right, let's go to DYDX while I'm trying to get my shit together here. But like the thing is, y'all, yeah, I mean DYDX should have a crazy run because it's the on-chain exchange. Dunning-Kruger Pro, $3 has to be the inevitable after Salmon Coin Mama Exchange. 100%. Dude, only because it's like symmetrical, but really like think about, they have the largest number of unlocked Solana tokens. Alameda has the most unlocked Solana tokens. So whether they want to sell it or not, they're going to. They're going to. I assure you. So this is the one that I have that I think is worth kind of looking at. So I put the top 100, and I did not do them by USD. I did them by their underlying, right? So ALCX really sucks, having a good day. Ren, having an atrocious week, but having a good day, I guess. What the hell's going on here? Why is this chart wrong? It says 3%. Yeah, there are rumors right now that Ren's about to go up in smoke. So be careful with that. Solith, this might actually be the better chart. Wow. That's got a long way to go. There you go. 0.003 Ethereum is where I expect that to go. Sushi never ceases to be a piece of shit. Link actually is holding where it should. So Link is going to make it. I would encourage you to get a bag of Link when it makes sense on both charts. Aave, yeah, I mean it's holding, but we'll see what happens. They're going to get hit with a lot of regulatory bullshit as time moves on. I will say this too. I give Avalanche a lot of shit because there's a lot of things that were super infuriating about Avalanche. They're doing a really nice job. I saw that, they have their parachains or their side chains or their subnets or whatever. They're trying to recreate Cosmos, all right? Like Avalanche is trying to recreate Cosmos, and they're doing a good job. They're doing it in multiple programming languages. They're doing them via subnets, and they're trying to bring in a bunch of people. I think Avalanche makes it long term. Avalanche, Cosmos, Ethereum are the only ones that I feel great about. And obviously there's the L2s. Look at all these that are dead. It's unbelievable. But to get back to the main point of the conversation, it's going to get hard. It's going to go lower. I've never been more certain about anything in my fucking life. And like, you know what? Is there a future that exists where it doesn't go lower? Yeah, probably. But I already talked about what that future looks like. And that future is like BlackRock or Meta or somebody buying out FTX and saving them. Oh, wow. Everyone, go like this tweet. I'll retweet it. There you go. This is the list. Thank you to Gainsey, friend of the program. Well, my friend. Not really a friend of the program, but there you go. If your token is on this list, you're probably fucked. To make it all back in one short 2022 master list, bro. Yeah. I'm interested to see Sommelier on there, but Sommelier was pretty widely spread. Some of those investments are fine too, like Layer Zero's on there, but you know, FTX wasn't shit in that whole thing. Binance led that primarily. So Layer Zero, yeah, Yuga Labs, Layer Zero, those are going to be fine. There's just some on here that are probably, I'm trying to, like, I got sent this and I pulled it up on the screen because I feel like it's worth it. And I'm sure you guys are looking at this too. I just retweeted it, so go grab it. Slope. I'm trying to see which ones I know. Did Layer Zero buy them all back? Good for them if they did. I don't know, man. I haven't really talked to Brian in a long time. He's too cool for me now. I'll ask him. Umi, Zeta, blah, blah, blah. Coin 98. I don't see a ton. M stable. All right, so the whole M stable. SIF chain. Oh, shit. By the way, if you see down here, stacked, that's my boys. That's Joel and Alan. Okay, that's Joel and Alan. They're called Path now. And I already talked to them. They're fine. They're fine. They're SEC regulated, so they're fine. They don't have a token though either. But it's interesting to see like their whole setup. Shady, what's up, brother? It's been a while since I've seen you here. I know I see you in the Discord every day. But yeah, so here's your hit list, Shady. Here's your hit list, bro. So there's people. So you see this comment over here. I ditch anything related to Ren BTC as soon as possible out of caution. And I've heard that too. I don't know as much about it, but like right now, guys, where there's smoke, there's fire for me. Cover your fucking asses. Dude, like even if you take a loss, cover your ass. Get liquid and get out. Dude, Mercurial, that sucks. I like Mercurial. That was nice. That was good. Polygon, they had to have been a small player in that. I don't know. But just remember that like part of this entire process of bankruptcy is they need to take stock of your assets and then move to liquidate. Oh, Alchemix is down there. I didn't even see it. There you go. So the whole thing's not getting on the screen. I don't know why. Yeah, so there's a column on the left over that way that you guys can't see. Over there, Bitlira, McDex, Parrot Protocol, Liquality, D-Trade, Sommelier again, Ascendex, Paradigm, SpareX, Ancient 8, Portals, Praxis, Strata, CoinShift, Cardinal. For investments, Genesis Digital, Chill Chat, which sounds fucking stupid. Euler Finance. Euler had a run, didn't it? Yeah, Near is cooked, no doubt. Yeah, Shady says, yeah, I missed the last few live. It's Lehman all over again. Was a young lad trading back then. Bro, me too. You and me, man. You and me. Yeah, I mean, I lived through that. That's when I actually learned to trade. Was shortly around that time. I graduated college then, and I was learning. So, you know, I'm older than you fucks. I was having a conversation with Kaz because he and I are both Red Wings fans, and he was like, you know, did you notice how many of those guys from like the 97 Stanley Cup team are like involved in the front office now? And I was like, yeah, dude, those teams are great. I loved watching those. And he's like, yeah, I was born that year. And I was like, oh, fucking funny. Dude, Self-Sovereign, man. I'm so sorry. So Self-Sovereign came in. Linked the tweet in the Telegram for Layer Zero. Oh, thank you. I'll check it out. Yeah, I'll tell you my price for ETH. But here's the thing, and I'm going to talk about what's most important in this, and then we'll get into it. But real quickly, Self-Sovereign says, where are people going to trade now? Got blown up myself. Not looking to get in soon, but to take a break and sort out some sort of KYC in the meantime. Not trading for a while. So there's a couple things here, guys. A couple of things here that I'm sorry. I know there's 50 of you watching right now that I can see, and more than that on Twitter. If you got hit in this, here's what I can tell you. Take a break, okay? 2 times in my life, I've taken a trading break. 2 times. I'm going to tell you what they are right now. They're personal to me, but I don't care because a lot of you are hurting like Self-Sovereign, and I appreciate you, Self-Sovereign, being willing to share your story that you got blown up in this. Okay? First time I stopped trading was when my son was born. I had a lot of money in play. This is in 2017. My son was born at 26 weeks. 26 weeks. Wasn't sure if he was going to live or die. We spent almost 3 months in the hospital, and I was not in the right place mentally to trade. Okay? Because if you are not clear between your ears, man, you are going to do shit that is going to hurt you. This game's hard enough as it is, but if you have other things that you're thinking about, you gotta step away. I stopped trading for 6 months. 6 months. 3 months while I was in the hospital, 3 months after. And by the way, just anecdotally, my son's doing amazing. No issues whatsoever. You would never know he was born at 2 pounds. Okay? Nuts. The other time I took a break was when I got hacked. I talked about this here. If you go back to my streaming history, I was streaming forever, streaming like all the time, a couple times a week. And then all of a sudden I stopped streaming for like 6 weeks. And that was in April of 2021. Because I got hacked for high 6 figures, almost $1 million. Okay. And I was just so angry that all the work that I had put in had been ripped from me that I had to walk away. And I just could not get myself in a place to try to put on a trade. Right. And so I walked away for a couple months. Even when I came back and was talking, I wasn't really trading because I did not have that confidence. All right. I didn't have the confidence to get back in and trade. And if you try to force trades because you're like, I'm going to make it all back, like that, I'm going to make it all back is where you lose. I fucking promise, guys. That is where you lose. That is why Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas. Trading in the Zone. I'm going to put it up here. Balls. Ew, gotta move my shit. Trading in the Zone by Mark Douglas is the first thing I say to everybody because that talks about the mental state you need to be in to trade effectively. Okay? So that talks about the mental state you need to be in to trade effectively. If you were hit by this, read that book. Even if you weren't, you should read that book. But if you're like, hey man, got to get it back, you're going to lose it all. Even more if you haven't lost it all already. Now, the question that I want to get to a little bit more clearly, Kajaka just asked, where would you buy? Where would you buy? Okay. I already mentioned, and I know some of you guys came late, so I'll run through it again, that this hole has got to be filled. So I'll give you this. Landing spot 1 is $750 Ethereum. Okay? That's landing spot 1. Landing spot 2, just under $500. That's what I'm talking about, SS. I fucking love it. And you know what, man? I know you will. I know you will. If you think of it that way, take a break. What did I do last time that I could avoid? Which isn't much, but maybe just don't trust centralized exchange, right? Like not your coins, not your money. Whatever it is, and then come back like a freight train and make it back 100%. But here's the other thing you need to know. It doesn't happen right away. It took me 6 months to get back what I lost in the hack. 6 months. And I wanted it to happen every day. And that's extremely fast. I just got lucky. It was a great time in crypto. Okay? I got lucky. But I feel pretty good about that. All right? If you try to force it when you do come back, it's only going to get worse. Now, here's something I want you guys to know. I have 3 landing spots up there. And a lot of you are going to say, all right, so which one, fucko? And that's perfectly reasonable. So for those of you, if you can't see it, it essentially looks like this. I'm writing it up. 750. 450. and I'll call it just 300. Those are the areas that are interesting to me. And you go, well, all right, yeah, sweet, dude. Just pick every spot there is. Okay. I get it. That's reasonable. But let me tell you why I'm picking those spots. Because they're the most recognizable. They're the most logical places for there to be a reaction. And that's the point that everybody messes up. I've talked about this for a long time. Guys, I've been streaming for 2 years? Is that right? Fuck me, I don't know. A long time. And you've heard me say this 1,000 times. A lot of you are pretty good at technical analysis. I've seen your charts. But what most of you are garbage at, and the ones who aren't, you can tell. What most of you are garbage at are triggers. So here's the thing though, RKs, the reason why I said let's do it on a weekly chart is that I want to see a reversal trigger. I will get in on a reversal trigger. It's the trigger. It's the fucking trigger. A spot on a chart doesn't mean shit. A spot on a chart does not mean a damn thing. If you do not see the reaction when it hits that level that a new buyer is coming in to defend that level, because like we talked about at the beginning, the only reason the chart matters and why we draw lines our charts is that you can tell where people have positions and they're going to defend that position. But if it gets to that level and no one shows up, then that level is fucking irrelevant. And this is where people are like, oh, TA's dumb. It doesn't make any sense. You guys are just fucking, it's moon phases for dudes. No, it's not. It's moon phases for dudes if you're an idiot. Okay? You have to understand that just because there's a line on a chart does not mean it's going to react. It's anything you do before it gets to that spot, you're just being a fucking idiot. And then when it gets to that level, you look for a double bottom, an ABC, an SFP down, a divergence long, a falling wedge, breakout to the high side. You have to look for triggers. Volume's a trigger. Patterns are a trigger. Divergences are a trigger. But what most people do is they put a line on a chart, they put in a bid, and they go walk away, and they go, man, I keep getting fucking hit when I take my positions. Well, yeah, it's because you just picked a line on a chart. You didn't see if anybody actually gave a shit. And that's how you know when you're getting good at technical analysis, because when you get good at technical analysis, you do a better job of distilling where people are going to give a shit. And so these are the three places before here or below here that make sense where people could give a shit. 750, 450, and 300. 750, 450, and 300. Wacky Wake, what's up? So those are the places that you look. Now, some of you have jobs where you do really, really well and you don't really give a shit about it. And you're just like, I just want to add where it makes sense and I don't want to watch the chart. I don't care if it goes against me for a while. Okay. Then when we get to 750, just start like a $50 a week buy program and just forget about it. Or 100 or 500 or whatever you want to do and just let it kind of DCA in for a long time. And you're going to buy some that are above the bottom. You're going to buy some that are on the bottom. And eventually you'll work out to an average, probably somewhere close to $500, and you won't have to worry about it. If that's who you are, then do it. It makes perfect sense to do it that way. My problem is I know, because I've been doing this for 12 years, guys, 12 fucking years. I've been doing this a lot and longer than that casually, right? Back to the 08-09 financial crisis. I know that for my brain personally, I fucking hate it. I hate it when I see positions that are underwater. If I see a position that's underwater that is red on me, I get anxiety. I think about it. And I really do not enjoy that feeling. And so I've spent a disproportionate amount of time focusing on getting good at triggers. And that was just really because I didn't like that feeling of like discomfort when things move against me. Legit, guys, that's why I do it. Because it's my own mental block. I know if a position moves against me, you know how many times before I learned that about myself, I closed positions that were in the red even though they didn't hit my stop? I was like, man, I just don't like it. I'm just going to close it. And guess what happened as soon as I closed that motherfucker? Because you guys have it happen all the time. You tell me that it happens to you all the time. Whoop, right back the other way. Because you don't have discipline. You don't define your entry conditions, okay? That is the point. These are the spots. And here's the thing. If 750 doesn't hold, and 450 doesn't hold, and 300 doesn't hold, we're going to $130. We're going to $130 Ethereum. 750, 450, 300, and $130. And you go, Jared, there's no fucking way, right? No, there shouldn't be, but there is, okay? $130 cheap to run a validate. Oh yeah, dude, Fred guy, I would do some crazy shit down there. I would do some crazy shit down there. By the way, Fred guy, 8-month subscriber. Thank you very much. I meant to say too, somebody, I think it was Scoob. Somebody hit a 12-month. Yeah, Scoob. Subscribe tier 1. They've subscribed for 12 months, dude. A fucking year. I love you. By the way, I am Variant tier 1. They've subscribed for 12 months, currently on an 8-month streak. Also, 2 of you have been supporting me for a year. I fucking love you. You're my guys. You're my guys, man. Really appreciate you. Really appreciate you. Been here the whole fucking way. I will be your resource. If you ever want to chat, let me know, man. That's fucking cool. It means a lot to me. It means a lot to me that you support the program. Very, very fucking cool. Prime, paid, I don't give a shit. SBF bet 7.3 million on Trump to lose 2020. Hey, got that one right. Good for him. Good for him. So, those are our landing spots. Would you wait? Would you not wait for a bounce to quit alts? So, I forget who it was. John on Twitter was like, do you think that was the bounce? Are we done? And I said, I don't know. There's going to be a bounce at some point. Yanni says, buying full 32 ETH stake for 41.60. Yeah, no doubt, dude. Absolutely. I'd buy 100 of them. And just retire, because eventually it'll pay off in folds. But, oh God, what was I saying? Sorry, I just lost my mind because I saw a tweet about Binance reserves, and it was on another screen, so I was looking at it. What the hell was I saying, guys? Somebody help me out. Oh, validator. No, that wasn't it. It's on Twitter, SPF, whatever. I'll get there. Sorry, guys. Baby brain. I'm not sleeping a lot. Oh, bounce quit else. Yes. Okay, so here's the thing. The bounce. Yeah, okay, so the bounce. Thank you, guys. I'm sorry. I assure you. You guys know I'm not usually like that. It's been a sleepless past 8 days. When there is a bounce, when there's a move down, it typically doesn't happen in a flash like this, and then you immediately have a bounce, okay? It looks more like this, okay? It looks more like this, where you have this kind of like move sideways, where it's just kind of like, all right, are we going to go down? Are we not? You see some liquidity runs on both sides, and then you see a bounce. Or even here in some respects, right? Like, all right, we're going to move, and then boom. So it looks a lot more like that than it does a V. And if you were expecting a V now back up to this line, like, I don't know what to tell you, man. I got some land to sell you, because it's not going to fucking happen. Like, the only way it happens is if there's a bailout for FTX, and God, I hope that's the case, but I don't know how it does. I don't know how it would. So I don't think that's the case. I think in reality, the bounce that everyone's going to be talking about might not even get back to this level. So for me, I think you're going to see a bloodbath this weekend that is absolutely fucking insane. Like, you could see $750 Ethereum this weekend. You could see $750 Ethereum this weekend. You could. I'm not joking, guys. I'm not saying that to scare you. I'm not saying that to fuck around. But like, what I think the bounce that you're going to see is going to look like is going to be, we're going to get some crazy drop down, and the bounce will be back up to like $1,200. That's what the bounce will look like. It'll be retesting this level to the bottom side. That's what it'll look like. And you'll see alts rip when that happens, but it may not even get to where it is now. Yeah, Robinhood's fucked, isn't it? Oh my god. Serum. Wait, where's Serum? Oh my god. 2.1 billion in Serum. All right, so Serum is Omega fucked. Sol also fucked. FTT obviously. Maps. See ya. STG. You know, like. Yeah, so dude, like, here's the thing. The Discord's amazing, and like, some of you are there, some of you aren't. But the knowledge that Shady and Scoob and RK and Brian and myself, when I'm not having a baby, drop in there is really, really good, guys. Is really, really good. So these are investments, okay? Investments. I don't think it's just their holdings, right? Or maybe they already did. I don't know. But anyway, yeah, Shady drops a really, really good point, and I think it's one that you should know. Like, everyone entering survival mode, shit's going to get really bad. More and more corpses will come out of the closet. I think KuCoin drops soon. However, because liquidity is so bad, the short covering rounds will be brutal. Not a tape for swing trading, scalp what you can if you plan to trade. Yeah. Probably right. Probably right. So, it's yeah, Carter. It's really going to be CoinMason Binance left after this, isn't it? Yeah, I think so. You know, I personally think Bybit's going to be okay, but I could be wrong. I don't fucking know. I don't know. What do I know? Bybit seem to have done everything really well. They're also the closest to Binance out of any of them, so we'll see. As for Bitcoin, Mule said Bybit's next. All right, well, could be. The levels for Bitcoin are actually a little bit more tricky. I think that it's 12,000 or like maybe this 8,000. Yeah, it could be 9,500 for the CME gap. The thing is, like what I said about Ethereum, Bitcoin doesn't really, you know, the support. Here, let me show this, okay? 12,300 is where it starts for Ethereum, or where it starts for Bitcoin. This is super annoying. 500 is where it starts for Ethereum. Okay. 12,300 is where the actual support for Bitcoin starts. Then I think you see the middle of this 8,000, you see the bottom 6,000, and then really, if everything goes to absolute shit, guys, 3,875. $3,875. Bitcoin, if everything goes to shit. I don't think it will, like that. So, you know, it could go a bunch of different ways. But it starts at 12, 8, 3,800. And those would be like similar areas and levels for Ethereum, right? Like the 7,500, 500, 300, 125. Like 38 whatever is $125 Ethereum. That's how those would line up. Kajaka says, if FTX started Chapter 11, does that mean no bailout? No, it doesn't. It doesn't. I gotta turn off my camera and mute myself really quick because I have to blow my nose, and that's not fun for you guys. So hold on. All right, I'm back. Sorry about that. I've been sick too, by the way, making this even better. So if FTX started Chapter 11, does that mean no bailout? No, that's not true. Yeah, so Boomer says who can bail him out? Like BlackRock could bail him out, Soros could bail him out, Facebook could buy him. Yeah, RKPZ says, I think worst case 6-7K. That was a distribution from 2018. That's possible. I could definitely see that happening. I'm just saying, I don't think Ethereum for $125 is likely either. I'm just saying that there's an area there that makes sense. Yeah, Tesla. But you know what? Here's what you can say about FTX. They have a massive user base. They do, which is why so many people are getting hurt. If their user base were smaller, this would be less of a big deal. It'd just be like, yeah, fuck. It's kind of like Luna. Like, you know, Luna, if you acted quickly, I mean, I dodged a mega bullet on Luna. I only lost like 5%, 2%. I remember what it was, as UST was depegging. And I was like, let me get the fuck out of here, man. So, you know, it definitely is wide ranging. And so they have this huge user base where there's a case to be made, like being the savior to that size of a user base will endear you forever. I was talking to my friend in the traditional markets, my trading mentor, yesterday on the phone. And we talked about that possibility. And he goes, you mean, he's like, you can almost be assured that BlackRock is considering it internally right now. And I was like, really? He's like, yeah. But what they're doing is they're calling their political allies and saying, exactly how much shit are you going to give us from a regulatory perspective? Like, are you going to work with us to help this become regulatory? Or are we going to essentially shell out $9.4 billion to assume these assets and customer base, and then you're going to absolutely grind us through the regulatory hellhole where it can't become profitable? So I assure you, those conversations are happening right now. Those conversations are happening at this moment, where it's a big fund, a bank, a company who's going, fuck, should we do this or not? And like, how much are you going to help us to get it done if we do it? And so this is a political, this is a financial, like there's a ton of shit going on. But yeah, Shady says it allows the company to operate while creating a plan on how to pay back creditors. So yeah, it essentially, like, I always think of it like this, like Chapter 7, Chapter 11, and there's Chapter 13, and I forget the difference, but Chapter 11 essentially allows, you know, creditors have the ability to like really seize and fuck up your business until you file bankruptcy. And so it stops all that from happening, and you put it in the hands of the court. Is what it comes down to. So yes, having an absolutely incredible week. I mean, look at this, guys. I talked about this a while ago. Is this the deviation or the breakdown? If we reject, I expect to see it here. Previous S turned to R. If we get a close inside of the uptrend from COVID, guys, you're going to see this DTL challenged. And if it breaks that, you're going to see crazy shit happen in the S&P. All while we're holding our dicks. So the doom posting in the areas that I gave you are completely reliant upon no bailout, which I don't know who's like looking to just flush $9-10 billion like they'd have to take this on. But don't think for a moment there aren't people that'd be willing to do it. They would do it. Right there, man. Look at that. Look how perfect this looks. The 50 and the DTL are the same spot. Oh, yeah. Yeah, this is actually pretty good for coin. But you know why? So Shady says, interesting that coin is up. I guess people think that they will gain market share now, large piece of a smaller pie. Yeah, and you know what? This is going to be the regulation that they need. This is going to be the regulation that is going to like essentially require Americans to use Coinbase and probably KYC at an obscene level in order to play. And that's like the SEC's wet dream. And it's going to allow Coinbase to charge more money. So in that respect, it'll be pretty good, unless like they go way over the side. Like if you see Tom Brady in a congressional hearing crying about how he doesn't have money anymore, ugh, see ya. I forget who said it this morning, but I know it was like some copy pasta. I saw it in another chat room. They were like, you know, crypto's not going anywhere, but any person who signed up for crypto because of a casual ad on FTX that happened over the Super Bowl, or because it was on an MLB umpire jersey, or on FTX Arena in Miami, and those people put their money in and they got absolutely fucked, those people are never coming back. And that's 100% true. It's 100% true. That's why I think this takes months, not weeks, maybe years, not months, because just consumer confidence being shaken screws everything over. And you know what really infuriates me? This. You even saw the rejection of the try to recapture. I mean, this is not going to make any of us feel good right now, but literally everything that we needed to have happen for a leg higher in crypto has happened. Everything that we needed for a move above $2,000 Ethereum happened. CPI calmed down. Dollar rejected. Layoffs are happening. And we're going to be in the shitstorm instead. We should be above $2,000 right now. If this had not happened, which is not fun. If this had not happened, I bet we're at $2,200 today. Maybe even 23. Just disgusting. That's not what I wanted. All right, that's funny, but I don't agree with that. All right. April 25th, 2019, Joe Biden announces his presidential campaign. 13 days later, on May 8th, 2019, SBF, son of Barbara Freed, the co-founder of the political fundraising organization Mind the Gap and Get Out the Vote organizations for the Democratic Party, launches FTX crypto exchange. The exchange is an overnight success that enables Sam to become the second biggest donor to the Biden campaign. And yeah, his mom is a lawyer for Hillary Clinton, which is nuts. Pretty crazy. Anyway, wanted to get this stream in, wanted to impart upon all of you how serious this is. And like, quite frankly, man, you know, the whole meme, not your keys, not your coins. It's real. Not your keys, not your coins is real, man. If you can get off exchanges, get off exchanges. Now. I'm going to try to find time to record with the guys. I imagine it's going to be a several hour long podcast because they have a unique insight into this that I think will be absolutely incredible. Joel has known Sam for years, like 5 years. I think 2017. He's known Sam. And they were the first investor in Stacked. Thankfully, illiquid investor. And they got out of this relatively scot-free, but they're going to have an insight that is going to be insane. So again, Parabellum Pod on Twitter, on YouTube, youtube.com/@ParabellumPod, because that's how they do things now. But yeah, dude, it's going to be a banger of an episode. They're scrambling right now, so hopefully we'll find a way to get that done soon. Any last thoughts or questions before I call it? I feel like I'm going to have like a whole nother sneezing, runny nose thing. I don't want to do that on camera. But it's been a good hour 15. I feel like we covered a lot. Be safe out there. Get your money in your hands. Do not trust anyone. Do not trust anyone. Ledger Nano X, Trezor. Only buy them straight from them. Only buy them straight from the manufacturer. Do not buy them on any other retailer. Amazon's probably okay, but dude, I'm not playing those games right now. Not your keys, not your coins, as you're seeing right now. Vibes have been kind of good today. I've enjoyed today's show. And we'll be doing more, man. Stay safe out there. Be smart. Join the Discord, guys. I'm telling you. Join the Discord. We got some fucking world beaters in there. I'm almost back. We're getting closer to being back. Not USD in your account, not your USD. Hardly even had any coins. Yeah, SS, dude, I feel you, bro. Fucking sucks. You guys are all my family. If you need anything, if you want to talk, reach out. Believe it or not, a lot of people have reached out to me over the years, either if they've gotten hacked or had some shit go down. I'm always here to talk, guys. Been doing this a long time. If it can't happen in trading, it's probably happened to me. So I'm here to chat if you guys want. Please reach out on Telegram, join the Telegram group, join the Discord. Stay safe. Not your keys, not your coins, guys. Crypto's not dead. It's just dead as we know it. It's going to come back.